Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.
I've never seen a fighter with the kind of defense that Shakur Stevenson has. For me, that includes Floyd Mayweather. I feel like Floyd, all respect to Floyd, but I felt like he was fighting guys that showed their punches before they came. I felt like he was fighting guys that were a step behind where they used to be. And I think that there's no secret of that. That's also coming from somebody that really, I got it honestly, like I started watching, I didn't really start paying attention to boxing until 2016, 2017. I didn't, I did it, but I didn't want to watch it. So,
and a lot of fighters are that way.
I'm just letting you guys know when I'm talking about somebody like Floyd, I didn't see Pretty Boy. I saw highlights of Pretty Boy, but I didn't sit down and watch Pretty Boy like I sit down and watch Tank and analyze these fights and things like that. When I watched Shakur fight, he was making defensive moves, and then guys were throwing a punch.
Tank was on interview saying, ask Shawn. Shawn, no.
Yeah, I know what I was looking at. And it didn't take me getting in the ring to find that out. Okay. I was saying before I sparred him, he's the best fighter at 135 and 140. I don't know if we can count 130. I don't think he'll ever fight at 130 again. But boxing is like some guys you can say, okay, yeah, you're boxing. Some guys kind of can grow and mature into who they are. Tank is boxing. That's what he is. That's who he is. He's a straight up fighter. I could see that well before I got in the ring with him. But yeah, getting in the ring with him, seeing how he move, how he think, and what he's looking at, yeah, he got it.
Shawn Porter had some interesting statements about Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. I just played them for you to start this video. Let's break it all down and make sense of it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. We live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Also live Sunday mornings with KC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Let's join the channel. And I also ask you to join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams, the videos that we do. And if you want to debate, the email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Let's get it cracking, bro. Look, so Gervonta Davis, bro. Shakur Stevenson. Shawn Porter says that Shakur Stevenson is the best defensive fighter he's seen, and he includes Floyd Mayweather in that. Then he says Tank Davis is the most consistent fighter in the lightweight division, and he says Tank Davis is boxing. He's the best fighter in the 135-pound division. Talks about his speed, his power, his ring IQ, his smarts, all of that stuff, right? And I see a lot of people boasting about what he said about Shakur Stevenson while neglecting what he said about Gervonta Tank Davis. I also see that people are talking about what he said about Shakur Stevenson, but not including the entire clip, and also including what he actually said after that. He says Shakur Stevenson has the best defense since Floyd Mayweather, while admitting that he didn't watch boxing while he was in it. He didn't start paying attention to and watching boxing until 2016, and that he has no idea of Pretty Boy Floyd, and basically Floyd Mayweather in his prime. So if you don't have any idea of what Floyd Mayweather was in his prime, and you didn't start watching boxing really until 2016, well, Floyd was out on his way out the door by 2016. So you're comparing Shakur Stevenson to the end of Floyd Mayweather's career. And just factually, bro, objectively, there's no way to equate Shakur Stevenson's defense to Floyd Mayweather's defense because of the level of opposition that Floyd Mayweather fought and showed that defense against. Like, there's no Zab Judah on Shakur's resume, bro. There's no Marcos Maidana there. There's no Canelo Alvarez there. And these are defense, there's no Shane Mosley, bro. There's no Oscar De La Hoya. Like, Floyd's defense was showed against a level of opposition, quite frankly, that Shakur Stevenson at this point in his career has yet to face. So Floyd not only was showing masterful defense, he was doing it against far better competition. So I don't really take what Shawn Porter says seriously, number one, because I got eyes. And I can see Shakur Stevenson getting touched by dudes that he ain't supposed to get touched by, number one, and padly. Number two, the level of opposition, like, no disrespect to these fighters, but guys like Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring, Robson Casasiao, and shit like that, like, bro, they don't get me out of bed in the morning to say that Shakur Stevenson deserves to be compared to Floyd Mayweather. And I think that's a problem in boxing, bro. Like, comparing these fighters, even Tank, bro, like, you can't be compared to Floyd Mayweather. The only one really in boxing that can draw comparisons to him right now is Alexander Usyk, in my opinion, and Terrence Bud Crawford. And that's not because they better or no shit like that, but that's because of accomplishments, level of opposition to a certain extent, and the fact that they have been at the top of the sport for a long time and they nearing the end of their career, and they've had their big fights. Like Usyk had his Anthony Joshua moment, he had his Tyson Fury moment, Terrence Crawford had his Earl Spence moment, and those guys shine bright and came out on the other end. You know what I mean? So comparing them, I still don't think they compare favorably to Floyd, but those are the types of fighters that can be compared at this point in their career. Somebody like Shakur Stevenson, who is 27 years old, hasn't fought a level of competition to draw those comparisons. And then when you're comparing them, you're admitting that you didn't even watch Floyd in his prime, that you don't even know what Floyd looked like as a fighter in his prime, and you're comparing him, an old Floyd Mayweather, to a young Shakur Stevenson. I still think Floyd compared way more favorably to Shakur, and it's not even close, but it's just too many things wrong with that comparison. Now, as far as what he said about Gervonta Tank Davis, what I heard was he only talked about Shakur's defense. He talked about damn near everything with Tank Davis, and he let it be known that he thinks Tank Davis is the best in the division, and that Gervonta Tank Davis is the most consistent fighter in that division, and those is facts, bro. There's multiple performances you can point to where Shakur had left a lot of questions on the table. You only got one Tank Davis performance that you can point to where there's any questions whatsoever. So I find it funny that people are leaving that Shawn Porter's entire analysis out, bro. I just find that shit hilarious, to be honest with you. And you know, and we know why people do it. We know the motives, we know the narratives, we know the position that people hold. So they're gonna leave certain shit out, bro. For me, I say this: Tank Davis washes Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. He washes him. The Lamont Roach fight doesn't do anything to change my mind about it, bro. Nothing whatsoever, because I know boxing, and I know that moments like this in fighters' careers happen. It's all about how Tank Davis deal with it. And if he deal with it how I know he's capable of dealing with it, it's nothing. It only makes him better, bro. You don't want to exacerbate bad performances. You have a bad performance, that next one need to be fired to remind people who you are. Straight up. That's just what it is. So, I maintain a fighter with bad hands, scared of power, don't have no power to keep a fighter up off of him, can't do shit with Tank. Can't do nothing with Tank. What people are banking on is Lamont Roach, but Lamont Roach took some big shots, showed a granite chin. More importantly, he showed courage. He showed courage, meaning he catch and he shoot, he caught and he shot. He was catching and shooting. He was countering. He was throwing in between Tank Davis' shots, not worried about what Tank had coming back at him. Do you trust, based on Shakur Stevenson's history, for him to be able to do the same thing? And mentally going into that fight, there were some things that Lamont Roach had over Tank. You know, Tank a huge favorite. Didn't nobody really believe in Lamont Roach, which could kind of lead to Tank overlooking him. Tank having issues in his camp, talking about retirement, the trainer shit, where, you know, he got 3 different trainers at the same time and shit. There's a lot of shit going on mentally that had nothing to do with the fight game that's not going to be going on with Shakur. When Tank and Shakur lock horns, you're going to get a fully focused, fully engaged, locked in Tank Davis is probably going to be trying to come to prove a point against your ass. So the vibes is going to be way different. So this idea, bro, that people are running with, that, oh, did you hear what Shawn Porter said about Shakur Stevenson? That's cool. And that's huge compliments coming from a guy who shared the ring with a lot of different styles and a lot of different fighters, and is a world champion and really knows his boxing, bro. So that is high praise. But when you do that shit and you mention what he said about Shakur Stevenson and then try to use it to show that Shawn Porter thinks that Shakur is gonna dog walk Tank or Tank ain't got no shot, just remember what he also has said about Tank Davis as a fighter too. And make sure you put that up on your channel. Make sure you put that up on your Twitter feed. A lot of y'all won't though, because we know the narrative and we know the agenda is clear for some of you. And that is downplay, degrade, and shit on Tank Davis at all costs while lifting up his opposition for whatever reason. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.